James Thomas Morning Blend. We're doing a series with Justine Peterson, and today I have Ben Feimer. Am I saying it right?
Close enough, James. It's Feimer. Thank you.
Okay, let's try it again.
Yeah, it's okay.
James Thomas Morning Blend. We're doing a series here with Justine Peterson, and we've had a few people on, and today I have Ben Feimer on the show. Right, Ben?
Hi, James.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm well, sir. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
That's good. Now, let's talk a little bit about Ben a little bit. He graduated from Missouri State University with a degree in anthropology, and he feels that this degree really set him up for working with people, even though he was never held a job directly related to anthropology. But after spending time in securities, healthcare, and retirement planning, Ben took a turn. He left the world of money to go teach English in Mongolia. Now, Ben was a Peace Corps volunteer English teacher in a remote village in Western Mongolia, and he lived in a yurt for 2 years. We're going to talk about that and learn how to survive in minus 30-degree weather. Now, Ben came to Justine Peterson in late 2017. He was attracted to the position and organization because it combined his knowledge of the financial world with the opportunity to do community-based work in the city he grew up in. Not only that, it's a lot warmer than minus 30. How you doing?
Significantly warmer. I'm well, James.
That's good. So let's talk a little bit about credit building. What does someone do when they come to Justine Peterson? What do you guys do for them?
So we do a lot of different things at Justine Peterson. My main focus, I'm the credit building manager. I run the department. My main focus is working with our clients that come in our door and are focused on either just growing their credit score, or they want to get a house eventually and need their credit score in the right order, or want to get access to some sort of improved financial product. My main job is to explain to them how credit actually works, like where this number even comes from, and how we can get where their score currently is to where they want to be, and maybe get a home, maybe get a vehicle, something like that. And we typically do that by sitting down one-on-one with our clients, and we do what's called a soft pull on their credit, so it doesn't affect their score. All of it's totally free, and we have found that it's a really effective strategy to explain how the credit score works and then dive into somebody's credit report there with them at the same time and go through what they're doing right and what can be improved. That's our main thing.
So I have a real quick question for you. Credit score. What is credit score and how important is it?
Well, that's a great question, James. A credit score is, in all essence, is really just a number telling people how likely you are to pay them back. That's all that it is. It's just, and the reason that it's important is because if you need access to funds to buy a home or a vehicle or a personal loan or a credit card, any financial organization is going to check your credit score because they want to make sure that you can pay them back, right? And so where the downfall is that there are a lot of people out there in the world that don't know where this number comes from, what it actually means, and how to grow their score to where they need it to be.
So what's a low credit score? What's a medium credit score? And what's a high credit score?
That's a great question. So your credit score ranges from 300 to 850. So 300 is an F minus, 850 is an A triple plus. Typically a low credit score is probably anything under 600. That would be considered low, or subprime is some of the words that's used in the industry. Anything over 600, 620 to maybe about like 700 is considered medium. Mm-hmm. And anything 700, 720 and above is considered excellent, right? So everybody's obsessed with having a 700 credit score because that's all you ever see out there on the media, right? But the truth is that you don't need a 700 credit score to buy a home or to get a decent interest rate on a vehicle or to get a credit card. Really, we need to be maybe 620 or above is really the ideal spot to be competitive in the housing market in St. Louis, as well as getting access to the other mainstream financial products out there.
Wow. So I want to be in the 620 range is where I want to be, right?
At minimum, you want to be in the 620 range.
But would you say a sweet spot would be like 650 plus or 660 plus?
I can't say that a sweet spot exists, because ideally the higher the better, no matter what. But you know, if you're sitting in the mid 600s, you're in a pretty decent space. There's always room to improve, and there's a bunch of different strategies out there, and you've got Justine Petersen to come to and talk about how to improve their score. But if you're sitting mid 600s, you're in a safe place to get access to the things that you want. You might not be getting the interest rate that somebody with a 750 or an 800 has, but you can definitely get access to the things you need.
So how do you work with businesses and individuals?
So really, it's a two-pronged approach, because a lot of the people that come to Justine Petersen are business owners. And if they are trying to get access to certain loans or business loans from Justine Petersen, and their credit score isn't exactly where we would like it to be, they come to me and some of the other counselors on the credit building team, and we work with them and go through the report and say, we need to focus on these things, and maybe we still can do this loan and can help raise your credit score through consolidating debt or paying off other loans or something like that. And it's a very similar process with the individual. If somebody's not just coming to us for a business loan, but is just looking to build their score up, we do the same thing. Go through their credit report with them, identify things that need to be taken care of or paid off or consolidated, and then give them a couple different strategies. We help people get credit cards. We help people get secured credit building loans through Justine Petersen. We take this approach of, you know, counseling coupled with actual financial products, because telling people what to do and then not providing them a tool to do it isn't as good as handing somebody a loan or a credit card when they're coming into a JP.
Ben, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend and telling us about Justine Petersen. But before we go, how can people contact you and Justine Petersen?
So my email is on our website. I want you guys to go to our website first and foremost, Justine Petersen, that's Petersen, all e's.org. And my email is bfeimer@justinepetersen.org. And you can reach us also by phone, 314-533-2411.
Ben Feimer, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend. Living in a yurt sounds a little interesting, though. It really does.
It really was. It really was. I don't miss it. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't miss it.
I understand. Thanks again, Ben.
Thanks, James.